Hi, I'm Adam Piplica from Magical Penny and welcome to the 254th edition of the Festival of Frugality. Thanks for joining us. The theme for today's Festival of Frugality is Kraftwerk. I discovered Kraftwerk at the same time that I discovered personal finance blogs, and I thought it'd be fun to combine the two in this Magical Penny edition of the Festival of Frugality, so thank you for joining us. I thought it would be fun to combine each theme with a song from Kraftwerk. So, are you ready for the Magical Penny Kraftwerk edition of the Festival of Frugality?
I am adding and subtracting.
Where he discovered a reflection of himself. Even the greatest stars discover themselves in the looking glass.
My number one editor's pick is over at Watson Incorporated, and the title of the article is "The Problem with Being Budget-Minded is Other People." I thought this article was brilliant because it's all well and good saying that you'll save this amount of money or you'll start investing, but it's a lot harder when you actually need to get down to it if your friends and family are not being supportive of you. This post really said exactly the right point. I thought the article brilliantly articulated how hard it is to save if your friends and family are not on board, but at the end of the day you need to do what's right for you rather than right for anyone else. My second editor's pick is an article by Lindy titled "Boston Entitlement and Coffee" over at her blog Minting Nickels. The article is in the form of a story where Lindy and her husband find out that they're pregnant and they're in grad school at the same time. This is one of my favourite things about personal finance blogs, that we get to learn about each other's lives and hear about the struggles and the things that people didn't expect, and how they actually found ways to get through it. So thank you for sharing the story, I think you'll enjoy it too.
It's more than to compute. It's more than to compute.
My third editor's pick is over at Moneyning with the article "Investing in Nostalgia, 5 Things to Know with Making Money from the Memories of Your Youth." So thank you Moneyning for submitting this article. I really enjoyed it. I don't have any toys myself, so I can't really relate. I don't think anything that I had in my childhood could be sold, but there's some really good points there for if any of you have any toys or any old things from your childhood that you might be able to sell later on, because the market for nostalgia is big bucks. J Money, you're hilarious. So I'm really pleased to be able to share your article with everyone at the Festival of Frugality this week as my 4th editor's pick. Your article I really liked. It was called "Let's Go Dumpster Diving." I've never been dumpster diving myself, but I loved your list of things that you found that other people were just throwing away, so thanks for sharing. My 5th editor's pick is by Donna Friedman with her article "Choosing What and Whether to Buy." I really enjoyed the article because of her personal philosophy of spending on the things that really matter to her and not spending on the things that don't. It's a really good read, and I think you should all just go and click through to her site to see what she has to say. Okay, we're into today's main part of the festival. I've split the articles that I liked from everyone who submitted into several different categories. The first main section is called Interesting Frugal Ideas. I found some really interesting ideas from the articles submitted. Just a few of them were what to do if you wanted to live in a caravan, how to host a sponsored party where you get free stuff from companies who want to create a bit of buzz from their product or an event. I also enjoyed the article on water, how to save it, and things that we could do better. Over at Money Help for Christians, Craig Ford submitted an interesting article about sharing medical costs. Being in the UK, I don't need to worry about health and medical costs in the same way that a lot of people in America do, but if you're in a situation where you might have low coverage or you're not sure what to do with your health insurance, then this article on medical sharing is really interesting. There were two articles on the theme of investing this month. The first investing article is over at Super Saver with the post "Retiree Financial Lessons from the Recession." I think this makes really good reading because even if you think you've got enough to retire, you can't be sure of how much you have, especially if you have invested your money in the stock market because of fluctuations. So it just shows that all you can do is save as much as you can and keep on re-evaluating where you are. The second investing article is by Ken, who shares "Nothing to Invest? Ideas to help you find money for your retirement savings." There were so many great ideas here that I had to include it into the festival, so definitely click through to his site, Spruce Up Your Finances, for if you think that you never have enough money to invest. There's always money around that you can invest, and it's definitely worthwhile, so check out that site to find some great ideas. Moving on to credit and debt now, two articles that made it into the festival this week. The first one is by Tim Chen with "Have a limited credit history? Avoid these 5 pitfalls." He talks about the fact that there's a movement in America and around the world where people are moving away from credit cards. I know that followers of Dave Ramsey might be against them, for example, but he says that it's important to still have a credit card for credit history. So if you're a little sceptical about having a credit card or you're considering getting rid of them, definitely look at this article first, just to make sure that you're aware of the options. Neil Frankel has shared a really good article this week as well. It's called "Private Career Colleges, Calculate the Value." He asks if private colleges are really worth it, and it's not really a black and white answer. Everyone has different opinions on the subject, and he lays it down to get you to think about whether it's right for you to go to private college or whether you should do it part-time or find other ways to educate yourself to improve your income or get into a career that you'll be happy in.
I am adding and subtracting.
The next section is saving money, the foundation and cornerstone of Festival of Frugality, so thank you for everyone who submitted in this category. There were some great list posts, including Miranda's freebie sites that you can use over at Coupon Shoebox Tips. I also enjoyed reading about the 5 tips to maximise your travel savings that PT Money had written over at Go Banking Rates. There was also Jason's article on free online budgeting tools at One Money Design, because there's a lot of them out there, so it's good to have a few more options. And finally, Tom at Canadian Finance Blog wrote an article about how to watch cheap and free TV in Canada. Now, I have my television paid for as part of my rent, but for other people who are considering cable or satellite or different options, he outlines lots of good places to find free TV, and also if you're in Canada, what you can do if you don't have Netflix and other great resources that American readers have access to. The auto section now, and I had to include Autobahn by Kraftwerk because it was one of their first hits. Jason presents AAA, Save Some Cash, over at Live Real Now. I really enjoyed his article, especially as he talks about how he crashed a car at the very start of it, so get reading that. The article explains how he's been able to save a lot of money by having auto coverage insurance. Joe Plemon has a question for everybody. He wants to know whether for his car that he absolutely loves, whether he should sell it, fix it, or junk it over at his blog, Personal Finance by the Book. So be sure to check out his site and tell him whether he should fix his car or whether he should junk it. I was really pleased to see an Earn More article submitted to the Festival of Frugality, because obviously there's only so much money that you can save, but there's an unlimited amount of money that you can earn. Over at PT Money's blog, he has a guest post by Penny Saver, a frugal mum making the most of her meagre means, who blogs at The Saved Quarter. The article outlines the basics of mystery shopping, which is a great way to earn some extra money on the side. There was quite a few serious articles submitted as well at the Festival of Frugality. It's not just all about fun and saving money, and I think this is a really good thing, because sometimes life isn't as simple as we would like it to be. Fire Finance shares a story about a friend who had their whole paycheck auto-deposited into their account and then taken out of the account automatically. The article outlines a way to make people feel more comfortable about having a direct deposit. Net Worth Journey shares an article called Money Attitudes and the Family. I thought this was also a really important article to share, because a lot of money issues aren't as simple as other things, and you need to make sure that your family are on board. And the article outlines some ways to make sure that you have a healthy relationship with your money and with your family. Free from Broke has an article about the Credit Card Act that talks about the different rules that have been brought in that makes getting a credit card during college more difficult.
Exposing ourselves. We are showroom.
Finally, there was two funny articles that I thought I'd save till last, just to put a smile on your face and answer some serious money questions. Over at Free Money Finance, he asks the question whether it's tacky or thrifty to go on a date and then pay with a coupon. For me, I think it depends on the girl and the venue, but I'll leave it at that. June Tree presents an article about how to save money on haircuts. I'm thankful that I'm not going bald yet, but if you are, then there's a really good tip.